Hey, it's Mr. Barr here again. We're going to have your lesson for Tuesday, first day of September. Yesterday we covered sharing the road. We looked at sharing the road with big trucks. We talked about the blind spots. I think I corrected myself on this because this page is not exactly correct, but page 45, maybe something like that, shows you the blind spots of the truck. Stay out of those. Slow-moving vehicles, a sign they should have. Pedestrians, dealing with pedestrians, they always have right-of-way. Hitchhiking, soliciting is illegal. Do not pick people. Joggers and walkers should go against traffic, should wear visible colors. Choose wide roads. Be smart about where you go. Watch out for children. Make sure that there's no children playing on the side of the road. They don't tend to do a very good job of watching out for themselves, so you have to help out. Motorcycles, small, start looking for them, especially during good weather times. Bikes should go with traffic, should wear visible colors again, wear a helmet. Scooters and mopeds, low-speed vehicles, snowmobiles, horseback riders, and today is Chapter 6, driving under the influence. Biggest thing that I try to preach now more than ever is driving under the influence is not just talking about alcohol. Alcohol is still a big factor and always has been, but even in the past, driving under influence has always been lumped with alcohol, which it is, because it's the number one killer on the roads. But you can get a DUI for prescription medication, marijuana, anything that you take that affects your ability to drive can cause you to get a DUI. You have to understand that. It slows your reaction and affects your vision, which is why it's such a dangerous issue. Okay, how do they test us for this stuff? A lot of this is going to refer back to alcohol again, but like I said, there's other things. The first thing is your blood alcohol concentration. It's basically the measurement of alcohol in your system. They typically equate it to 12 ounces of beer is 5 ounces of wine is 1.5 ounces of hard liquor. What are some factors that go into your blood alcohol concentration? It's body weight, food, and tolerance. The biggest thing I will tell you on some of these three right here is obviously size does matter for getting intoxicated quicker, because if I am a bigger person, I have more blood, I have more places to put it. Food in my stomach prior to will slow the process down of digestion. If you drink on an empty stomach, obviously it's going to get into your bloodstream much quicker. Then tolerance is the big myth. You've probably heard somebody in your life at one point say, "Don't worry, I can drive or do whatever, I have a good tolerance for alcohol." And that is probably true. But even with that tolerance, you are still going to be considered drunk in the eyes of the law. And basically what this means is, even though the alcohol doesn't feel like it's affecting you, if you take a breathalyzer, which we'll talk about later, it's going to come up that you are intoxicated. So understand that. Just because you feel fine, you're not fine. So don't drink and drive. Breathalyzer 0.08, which we'll talk about, is the legal limit for 21 and older. For you guys, it's called zero tolerance. You're allowed nothing in your system. Breathalyzers only test alcohol, and that's the issue with that. So how do I get a DUI for marijuana or prescription meds? Blood tests could be taken, but in person what they're probably going to do is the field sobriety test, and they're going to do other tests that checks your vision and how your eyes react to different situations with light and whatnot. So that one is harder to get, whereas blood alcohol concentration is easier because you can do a breathalyzer. It is considered a violent crime and it's permanently on your record, which is not good for you moving forward. It is expensive also. Implied consent. When driving in Illinois, you automatically consent to certain tests. So basically what I'm saying is, in Illinois, by signing and getting your driver's license, you agree to being tested for breathalyzers and that. Can you deny those tests? Yes. But by denying a breathalyzer and by denying a field sobriety test, in a way you're pleading guilty, and you will automatically lose your license. And if found out that you actually are impaired, which eventually they'll get a test on you, now it doubles your penalty. So understand that. You can deny it, but you're going to lose your license, and if you actually were intoxicated, now the penalty is going to be double. That's what this kind of means here. DUI conviction, you can kind of read through those. 1 year loss, second, third, fourth. I don't like these laws. I wish these laws were tougher. But the biggest thing to understand is each time you do it, the penalty is going to go up. BAD is a breath alcohol interlock device, which basically is a device that checks your breath, and if you have a trace of alcohol in your system, your car won't start. Typically these are handed out to people that have multiple DUIs, and they get their license again. They're going to give them this BAD device to make sure that they're staying and following the rules they're supposed to. Illegal transportation of alcohol. It's illegal to have alcohol in your vehicle if you're under 21, even if it's not open. Open containers is illegal consumption. So you got to basically, you don't want alcohol in your vehicle if you're under the age of 21. There's nothing good that can come of it. Empty cans in the back of your truck, which I see all the time. You're just asking for questions from cops. They don't know when that can was put back there. It's a red flag for them to look for issues in your car. So don't have empty cans. Don't have empty cans in your car, behind your car, wherever. Just don't have alcohol in your car. Aggravated DUI, DUI that causes death or injury. If you have 3 or more, it becomes aggravated, or if you have a DUI in a school bus. So basically these are DUIs that cause major issues. You can go to jail. You will go to jail. So it's one of these things you don't want to mess around with. Going to jail is one part of the crime, but if you severely kill somebody or injure somebody, especially a friend, family member, that will never go away. So you have to make sure you think about this stuff. Driving unsuspended or revoked license will increase the sentence, so you don't want to do that. Just make sure you only drive when you're legal to drive. Okay, if I am intoxicated and feel like I can't drive, so I say, okay, you drive to my friend who is also intoxicated. Again, that is not okay. Don't drive. Call somebody else. Find a sober driver. As a parent, call me up, if you're my kid, and I'll come get you. And am I going to yell at you? Sure, but you're going to be okay. Compared to don't call me, drive intoxicated, and injure or kill yourself, and then we got a whole nother issue. So as a parent, I'm telling you, your parents feel the same way I do. If you get in trouble, call them. Don't ask anybody that's over 21 to provide for you. The fines and the jail time have gone way up. It's not wise. Anything that happens because of the alcohol, they are now dragged into. So if, you ask your older brother to buy you and your buddy some beer, and you go out and you get in a wreck, he is the cause of the wreck. He is going to get in trouble. So don't put one of your family members in that position. Drivers under the age, like I said, the big thing I'm preaching here is the zero tolerance. You're not allowed to have a trace of anything in your system. So there is your fines. Biggest thing is just don't drive with even a sip. How do we prevent DUI? Do not drink and drive. Wear a safety belt, and what this means is it's not okay to drink and drive if you have your safety belt on. It's just basically saying, hey, a lot of people that drink and drive also don't put a safety belt on, so now you're compounding a mistake with a greater mistake, and then when you get in your accident, you're going to really have issues because you're going to get ejected from the vehicle. Be a responsible host if you're dumb enough to have a party. Be smart enough not to let people leave. Once you become of age, designate a person to drive you home. Don't mix alcohol with other drugs because you don't know what it's going to do, whether that's recreational drugs or prescription meds. If you read prescription meds, a lot of times it says on there, don't mix with alcohol. It can do different things to different people. It's just a bad scenario. And basically they also say just find something else to do. That's where we're going to stop today, but what I'm also going to supplement on here is I didn't put it on yesterday's video because you had the questions to do plus a video to watch. So today you got this video to watch. I'm also going to attach an uphill, a downhill, and a parallel parking video for Tuesday. So watch those, and thank you.